Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of EmberWood Farm. Our field is ready to harvest, so we've come over to the shop to pick up a combine harvester. So we've got about £187,000. I've purchased and taken back to the farm a trailer which cost us £12,000. That was, as you'll see in a bit, we went for this one here, and you can add on some extra capacity. So we've got 12,000 litres of space for £12,000, which is great. We're going to go and purchase a harvester. Now, with these, it's a really tough choice as to what to go for. But what I've gone for is this Nova 330. That's the plan on that one. It's a reasonable price, and you get a little bit more horsepower, so we can push through the crop a bit quicker, and we get a pretty good header with it. So let's go ahead and purchase that. We're going to buy it rather than leasing it, just because I don't think that the leasing cost just for sort of one harvest is really going to be that worth it. So we will keep it long term and use it for some time to come. So we purchased that, and then we need the header. This one fits, as you'll see, the Nova 330, the PowerStream 500, 5 metre wide header. It will work for sort of the cereal crops. I think probably what we're going to plant next will either be another crop that produces straw, wheat, barley or oat, or we might do some soy because the returns on soy are quite good. So we're going to purchase that as well. And then we can go and do some harvesting. The shop have been kind. They've said that we're perfectly fine leaving that there until we have some form of transport to get it back. Still, no cup holder. We could probably put it in there. It's a good job I've got a travel mug. Let's pick this up, go back to the farm, and we will get going. It's not quite straight on. The joy of a simulator is it doesn't always have to be perfect. Though that view is not great, is it? That's a little bit better. Now this will be a fun one to get out of the yards without crashing into some cars. The road looks fairly clear that way and clear that way. 11 AM is the time to move your harvester. Now the only problem with these smaller harvesters is the speed. So we've got a bit of a trek to go to get it back, and we're probably going to hit some cars or some walls because it's a tight road. Now in reality these guys would probably be slowing down a bit, but instead they're not. So the plan is to go and harvest our field, which we might do as a time lapse because otherwise it's going to take quite a bit of time. Seems we've got someone up our backside, which is a bit rude. Could at least allow us a bit of room. We've got our sort of operating lights on, beacons. He's a very rude gentleman. Needs to slow down a bit. Right, we're gonna turn off here. That wasn't too long a journey. So we're going to go and harvest this field. Then we'll need to probably sell our harvest in order to be able to afford to go and purchase a loading wagon to pick up the straw. We can probably check right now that our straw is enabled, which it is. We don't need to worry about crop destruction here because we're going to simply drive straight in and harvest if we can manoeuvre these hedges. Let's lower that down and get it started. Wow, I was not keeping an eye on how full we were, so we destroyed a little bit of crop there, which is a bit annoying. And by the look of it, we're probably going to need to go and sell a trailer load halfway through this harvest, because we've got 4,500 litres in this harvester and we've only got a 12,000 litre trailer. So we'll carry on with the harvest and go and deliver our first lot of oat. as you'll see, we've completed the harvest. So I've just come over to the shop now to find us a loading wagon. We, as you can see, don't have all that much money left, £74,000. At some point very soon, in a minute, we're going to need a plough. Then we're going to need to buy a seeder and obviously some seeds to be able to plant. So we will go for the lowest one here. So we'll go and pick up straw and sell that directly. So we did make a reasonable amount from our harvest, probably somewhere in the region of about £25,000, I think. So not too bad. We'll wait and see what it's like next time. You may have noticed, I'm sure, that I had a few issues with the map, which at first I thought was going to be a map glitch, until I did it a second time and realised that it was me hitting the edge of the map. I figured that I would be able to get to the sell point using sort of a main road. That turns out not to be the case, and I have to go through a field, so I kind of wasn't expecting that. So ignore my map glitch. My map reading skills are clearly pretty awful, but that's okay. We've got our loading wagon. We will go and fill that up and take that off to sell. I think that's probably going to be the end of this episode, so I'm going to go and load this up. If you've liked what you've seen on this one, I know it's primarily just been a time-lapse of the harvesting, but I hope you've enjoyed watching that, seeing my sort of technique and how I like to go about doing it, keeping as straight a lines as possible for when I'm now start to go and pick up the straw, and obviously my awful map reading skills. If you like what you've watched, hit the like button below, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.